Hey everybody! Welcome back to Northernlion Plays the Binding of Isaac. We are due for a random run this time. Really, you're gonna give me Samson here? Again, if you didn't see the last episode for whatever reason, you might be wondering why maybe I sound a little bit different, or hey Northernlion, why aren't you playing Spider Mod? I guess you wouldn't be able to see that, but, you know, you'd find out maybe at some point. Anyway, Kate is laid up in bed. A little bit of an infection, and bedroom is also my office because we live in a city where, you know, rental costs are approximately $1 trillion per square inch, so we got, you know, multi-uses for each of our rooms. I'm not complaining, by the way. I love living in Vancouver, but there are some negative aspects of it. That is one predominant one of them. In any case, it's fine because we have a second computer set up for her streaming and YouTubing needs, and that is what I'm using right now. And to be honest with you, I listened to the last episode. I think it might even sound better. I might be in denial about that, you know, it's hard for me to tell because I'm so close to the situation right now. So I'm going to avoid using the game kit here, and I'm going to use a bomb instead. What the hell is wrong with you, Northernlion? What are you doing here? Well, I'm thinking that I could shoot for the moon, you know, even if you miss, you land amongst the stars. And we're going to get spirit hearts back from it, which is sweet. But, by using the game kit, I can at least get into that curse room and only lose half a spirit heart. And it allows us to go to the curse room. Now, the curse room's probably about 50-50 on its usefulness to begin with. Let's see. That would be the bad 50, but that's okay. Bad 50, also the name of my 50 Cent parody group. Very accurate named. Very accurately named. So we're going to get squeezy, and I'm glad that we got some extra spirit hearts to kind of buff up our HP here because, you know, I lost half of our buffer from the curse room there, but that's okay. Apparently we're going to go to the shop because that's where we spawned. That sucks pretty hard, but we got another key back for free anyway, so I guess no skin off my scrote. In any case, Samson, he scares the crap out of me. Sometimes you can have a good Samson run, but I think it's almost becoming universally agreed upon that Samson is the worst character in the game. There's a rogue sect of Isaac players who would say Eve. To be honest with you, I'm not sure which side of that I'm on. Generally, I would group it in a superset, and I would say Samson and Eve are the worst characters in the game. I would rather do 10 blue baby runs than one Eve run. I will say that much for sure. I didn't even see that tinted rock there because it was kind of covered up by the fire a little bit. Wow, I'm an idiot. Okay, I was trying to find like a secret room down here. That one I take no blame for. It was right next to it. Diagonally, yes, but still, right now. Okay, well, we'll get another one. I would probably give up on maybe your hopes of seeing the secret room on this floor, but if we can at least get that tinted rock, I won't mind too much, especially if it's small rock. Now, I know that now that I've said it, there's going to be one or two people out there that are going to be like, what are you talking about? Samson's the best. He starts with rage. It's a deal with the devil item, you big dum-dum. Listen, as much as I respect your opinion, you're wrong. Isaac starts with a D6, at least eventually. Good balanced character. Cain, all pills are good. Along with other, you know, luck-based upgrades. That's super good. Judas, at least Book of Belial, he's at least a fun, shitty character. He's not shitty either, I guess. Like, he's actually, like, he can be good. Blue Baby's got all sorts of weird, you know, advanced level techniques like stealing deals with the devil and, you know, inbuilt permanent Polaroid invincibility. It's Samson and Eve, man. We're gonna be stuck with Poison Touch, which is actually maybe okay with the game kid. Hopefully we don't end up using the game kid for the whole game, but I'm thinking about what to do with this bomb, by the way, because there's a chance we can actually make our shop worthwhile. It's not super likely with only 2 cents, 3 cents now. But if we maybe get Pageant Boy here, then we can find the secret room and it would maybe be worth it. Anyway, I probably should have waited until we had the game kit before I came through with this room, but that's okay. You know, Samson is actually fairly well equipped to deal with some of the bullshit that Famine throws out because we basically get a little bit of a damage buff every time Famine kills one of its own flies, which happens on the regular. So we're going to get red tears fairly shortly. Just saw that that's something that's going to be taken out of Rebirth. I think it's a smart idea, actually, so that in Rebirth, your tears will no longer turn red past a certain damage threshold. I think that's a smart idea from kind of like an ambiguity context. We can't steal these. I'm pretty confident we can't steal these. Like, if I game kid, I think I would still probably nearly die from picking up the mark. Okay, we're gonna do it, I guess. I actually don't think this is a terrible decision, to be honest with you. I don't know if I love it. And we're definitely going to get these tinted rocks now, if possible, because the spirit hearts are extremely useful. I would have preferred to just get it for free, but I still don't think this is this is a truly awful decision, to be honest with you. I really don't. Maybe there's a 3-cent bomb. Oh, that hurts so bad. I would love to get that nun's habit, but there's just no conceivable way that that takes place. That's okay. We're alive, that's the most important thing, and we got kind of like a blue baby thing going on HP-wise here. Game Kit is an acceptable spacebar item, at least. Not a good one, an acceptable one. If you could just, maybe, yeah, thank you. We're gonna need to get HP. We're probably in HP debt. We took a deal that we didn't have the HP for, so we're probably at -1 health right now. Yeah. Yeah, we wouldn't be at 0, we'd be at -1. Which, it might seem like I wouldn't want HP. I actually do. I would love to get out of this HP debt, if only so we could take more deals with the devil in the future. But, we got a long road ahead of us to make that actually take place. It's another boss fight we're fairly well equipped for, not that it's as relevant as the famine one, because this fight is super easy to begin with. Especially with no rocks in the way, I pretty much have no excuse to take damage here. Now, that doesn't mean I think I'm not going to take damage. It just means that a good Isaac player should not take damage here. I do, for all my self-deprecation and for all the people who are, deprecating, and they're not myself, I do think I'm a good Isaac player. I think, can I toot my own horn a little bit? I think I'm a great Isaac player. Yeah, there's our HP debt. I think, we're definitely, decidedly above average. I'm not going to take the nail here, because I think that would actually kill us to the point where we would, be dead. If we could even pick it up. Our HP debt would be extraordinary there anyway, but maybe that's the wrong decision. And I know I do get self-deprecating from time to time. I'm not on the same level as, a Cobalt Streak or a Biznap or anything like that. That is bar none. That being said, I have some skills in Isaac, inevitably, even with... I'm like the kid who goes to school and, maybe he doesn't really pay attention that much, but, he cuts up a little bit in class, but he's still, he's there every day, So, by osmosis, he's just gonna pick up some knowledge about the game natively or naturally, and that's kind of where I think I fall on it. And I've been to class so often with the Binding of Isaac that really, if I hadn't learned something, I would have to go see a doctor to diagnose what's wrong with me. So, yeah, I don't think I'm bad at the game. That being said, we're gonna need to be very, very good if we're gonna see our long-term chances here work out in our favor. That Pretty Fly is a really nice upgrade. That HP takes us out of this debt, and I'm starting to feel like that Mark pickup was actually, totally the right decision. Now, another reason why I might not want to pick up the nail here is because it would also take our spirit hearts, just in case, there is an off chance that when we go back, we'll have a chance to pick it up. It would take our spirit hearts, and we can afford to do that in the early game. Not that Catacombs 2 is necessarily... any harder than Catacombs 1, but we can't really afford to do that as the game goes on, because, every time we do it, it carries an incredible amount of risk with it. This is a weird one. We have SAMSON starting HP, a half-decent spacebar item. Please, please give me an arcade on the next floor. We could use the Game Kit so effectively. And much better damage. Starting damage, anyway, but, it's... we're not as comfortable as we'd like to be, but at the same time, I can't help but feel that this is actually, a fairly well-equipped SAMSON run relative to the worst-case scenario. And you never really want to hear that, Oh, Mr. Johnson, your child is doing relatively well in school compared to somebody who doesn't go to this school. That doesn't really help, but at least there's a chance, is what I'm trying to get at. Cursed Skull, I would say, is more often a, it's more often a curse than a benefit. That is not our secret room, but I would still take that trade 10 times out of 10, basically. Bomb for a key. Well, not 10 times out of 10. It depends on your bomb and key balance, but in this situation, yes. Alright, another bomb back for free. And I think that there is... this is not a light at the end of the tunnel situation. That was such a bad dodge. Light at the end of the tunnel situation to worry about yet. This is a situation where we're just entering the tunnel and, our co-driver, they have the GPS out and they're like, oh, just go through this tunnel and you'll end up at the hotel. And we're, a little bit anxious about it. Oh, do they know where they're actually talking about? Do they know I said the Travel Lodge, right? Not the Ramada. But we might be in the right tunnel. And if there's a light at the end of it, that's good because it means that, there wasn't a horrible cave-in that's going to make national news. trying to think, you know, a secret room might actually give us access and the means with which to make good use of our shop on this floor. Because we have the keys now. Now we just need the money. Could be greed. That's okay. Shit happens. Way more than enough keys. That, I blame the keyboard for that damage. Again, it's a new keyboard. I'm getting used to it. It's not a new keyboard. It's just new to me. But, I'll tell you what, game. I'll consider it redeemed if this is the second secret room. Alright, we're not even yet. You owe me. Oh, yeah, especially because that ended up being pretty terrible. It's okay. We've lost a few spirit hearts here. J, that means, you know, what's 3 letters after J? M? I think that means we're pretty much guaranteed to get Mom's knife. It's a sign from the game here. Now, Game Kit, I'll save for the boss fight. I want to see, that was close. I want to see if Game Kit actually works in conjunction with Poison Touch. Because if it does, that's actually, like, it's significant. Will it win the run for us? No. But it will make us substantially more able to deal with kind of nonsense. That guy's just going to chill out there, huh? Yeah, that scares the crap out of me. I'll tell you what, we'll tackle that the new-fashioned way. That's a bad bomb. Still found the secret room. That's so close to enough money that I have to check. Save us a key as well. Yeah, it had to happen. As much as I would love to, I'm not going to use Game Kit here because I think it's much more important to use it against our boss. I doubt that we will end up getting a deal with the devil because we've had one the past 2 floors. Hey, there you go. Enough money for us to, well, the Steam sale means that we can buy 2 items, basically. If we get the chance. Which is still a little bit up in the air, I suppose, like a George Clooney film, but that's okay. The George Clooney film, by the way, was The Men Who Stare at Goats. It's a bit of a roundabout reference there. This is an extremely long floor. This floor is longer than the ending of Peter Jackson's magnum opus, The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, from the year 2003. 2003. Trying to see. I don't know about if other people have this, but I have kind of like a, I have a referential memory, if that makes sense. So I don't remember in my head that The Lord of the Rings came out in 2003. The way I came to that conclusion, maybe other people out there can relate to it, is I know I saw The Fellowship of the Ring in 2001. So it must be 2003. I hope, otherwise now I'm going to feel like a big idiot. A bomb for Mom's Pearl felt like a good trade. I was hoping to find the second secret room, but, you know, it happens. In this case, it is shit. So Game Kit I'm going to use, and I probably should use it sooner rather than later, but my hope is, you know, we just get, like, because Chub becomes more dangerous, Chad becomes more dangerous, I should say, as time goes on. He gets smaller, which is not that problematic, but he gets faster as well, which is very problematic. So if I can just, you know, survive until, like, now, and then use it. Oh, Poison Touch totally works. Now, without any extra HP, there's no desire for me to, pick up Little Chad. I think it's pretty much terrible. And we could have saved the key and rode a cowboy by using 2 bombs to get into our item room here. It's a very conveniently placed secret room, but we don't need to do this. Actually, we can't do this because we only have 1 bomb, and we have 3 keys, so, you know, it's a quality position to be in. And Stigmata. It's good. HP plus damage, plus something inquisitive off the screen. I am going to sacrifice 1 spirit heart here. We'll check out what we've got in our curse room, and it's a live bomb, followed by a second live bomb. That's not really that amazing for me. Now, next floor, what we're really hoping for, not XL, and then deal with the devil. That's pretty much it. And you know what? I'm going to take Little Chad. Sucks to your ass, Mar. I know I just said it's worthless. Now we have 2 HP. We could benefit a little bit more. So it being Necropolis 1 does suck real hard. This is a substantially harder floor than even the Catacombs. It's a substantially harder floor than the Depths. But it's the floor we're on. So let's try to make the best of it. Now, if you could just... Thank you. Yeah, if you could dodge into us here, that would be sweet. Crash into me like a Dave Matthews Band song. 1 bomb for the chest. I think it's an okay trade. We're lucky that we're getting Spirit Heart drops here, by the way. You know, I don't love that trade we just made there, but that's okay. We got a Spirit Heart on that floor as well. Now this room... Oh, come on. He didn't start from there. That's some horse hockey game. Just keep your Spirit Hearts alive. Keep your spirit up. Keep your Spirit Hearts. Catch the spirit, catch the spit. It is, you know, Canadian Thanksgiving weekend as mentioned, so I would be remiss if I didn't get my governmentally obligated One Rush reference in. Yeah, that's right, Rush is Canadian. They're not from Middle-earth. I wonder why the Tolkien references are flying here. I guess it's because I've been, well, oh, that's so bad. It's because I've been playing Shadow of Mordor. Well, I haven't been playing it, I beat it, but I played Shadow of Mordor. That game is good. That is my, I've been, you know, that's my review of it. I've been hesitating to put it on my Steam curation list because I played it on PS4. Oh, yeah, I'll get Skinny Odd Mushroom here. Fire rate up, damage down slightly, speed way up. We'll take the pill. Because I would hate to add it to my Steam curation list, which, by the way, you should all follow. I've been pushed off the front page, which, to be honest with you, doesn't bother me. I didn't consider, like, I didn't hold out a lot of hope that I would be a top 10 Steam curator for very long, considering all the, you know, talented, well, talented other YouTubers, other websites, etc., etc. Not to mention, you know, subreddits and, you know, community forums and stuff like that banding together to get their own stuff out. Anyway, that's above board is what I'm trying to get at. But yeah, you know, hey, I played this on PS4, but I recommend Shadow of Mordor, and then all of a sudden they come out with like a patch that breaks everything, and it's like, I got this because Northernlion curated it, yada yada. I think it's maybe just a little bit irresponsible anyway. And I know that people are going to be mad that why would you play Shadow, you got a gaming PC, why would you play Shadow of Mordor on PS4? It's kind of hard to explain. There's no question in my mind, for me personally, PC gaming is ideal. It's the best. You know, I've got a machine that's capable of running new games at high settings and recording them without any, like, significant frame rate issues. That's the way to do it, man. I very much enjoy... What the heck happened there? He changed directions mid-flight. I'm not getting any damage out of it. Anyway, yeah, that's the way to do it. But I also love sitting down, like, on a couch. Like, that's really nice. So that's why I've been playing stuff on my PS4, and I'll admit, you know, I own a PS4 and I own an Xbox One and a Wii U. But the reason that I buy stuff for the PS4 and the Xbox One, Wii U's a little different because the exclusives don't come out on PC, but anyway, is because I'm making an excuse to buy them. I'm saying, I got this PS4, I should use it. But I do enjoy playing things on a couch on, like, a big screen TV as well. And people, whenever I say that, they're always like, well, you could just use Steam streaming from your computer. You can. And I have... But it's got a little bit of input delay, even over wired connection, which is just enough to kind of throw me off and be like, you know, I'd rather sacrifice some graphical fidelity and play this on the console version. And then people say, well, you could just run an HDMI cable too. Yeah, okay, I could run an HDMI cable, but it's like, you know, 60 feet away and really inconvenient, and my cats would chew the shit out of it. So for me personally, I get some benefit out of console gaming, but if there's, you know, I would never want to play, like, EU4 or something like, you know, Civilization, or, you know, even with Isaac, I'll probably play a lot of the Vita version of Rebirth when I travel, but I love playing that game on PC, and I think, you know, I have a little bit of bias because I've got so many hours in the PC version of the game, but I think keyboard and mouse is the best way to control it, no matter what Tyrone and Edmund are saying on their little Twitter things, right? But I think it's shitty that, you know, the part of the climate of the industry right now is if you talk about playing something on PC, you end up getting, like, publicly anyway, you end up, or on PS4 I should say, or Xbox One for that matter. Yes, we will take Blue Candle. You end up getting people unsolicited chiming in, going like, LOL, console peasant, why are you playing it on that? Well, why are you being a dick? Is there there's tons of red hearts. We'll go to the curse room. And I get that, you know, oh, I'm just trying to be funny. At the same time, you know, oh, you tweeted it publicly, you know, you deserve what you get. If you don't want to be ridiculed for it, don't make fun, don't say anything publicly about it. How about, you know, hey, I'm really enjoying Shadow of Mordor on PS4. Why don't you just say, me too, but I'm playing the PC version. It doesn't have to be like some kind of, you know, tribalistic, oh, well, I am a PC gamer. And this goes the other way too. Don't let me try to paint this as if it's, you know, just PC gamers internet persecuting console gamers. It goes the other way as well. No question about it. And I'll admit that it did for a long time, grossly in the other way. People would be like, why would I game on the PC? There's all sorts of tech support issues, yada yada, PC gaming is dead. You know, articles from like the early 2000s. But anyway, can't we all just get along? I love PC gaming, but I like to play stuff on consoles too, you know, that's my childhood. When I was 3 or 4, I can't remember because I was 3 or 4, my parents, for my birthday, got me a Super Nintendo. I played a bunch of Super Mario World. Super Nintendo ended up being one of the most formative consoles for me, which maybe is why I have such, you know, reverence for a lot of, you know, 16-bit style games today, even when I see people that are like, oh, just another retro-styled indie platformer or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, that's just my jam, man. I'm into it. But I can understand the different kind of perspective on that as well. But, you know, it gives me warm, fuzzy feelings, reminds me of what it was like for the Northernlion childhood. And it hurts me a little bit when I say, I'm enjoying this video game, and then somebody says, oh, well, you're not enjoying it as much as I am then. So, you win. You know, for he's a jolly good fucking fellow, I guess. Now, this is shitty. We could die here. Okay, let's try not to. Oh, baby. A triple coronary artery bypass. That was extremely close to my own dismissal. Yeah, this is a wild situation here. I will take some blame for the situation we find ourselves in now. And I think that's responsible. But I take some blame for it because I lost a lot of spirit hearts that I shouldn't have. Apart from that, I think I've played relatively well. Mostly it was just that last floor being kind of asshole-ish. Oh, that was a little frightening. Okay, we gotta go. Yeah, I was gonna say, just take a second, get yourself in a safe place. Take out some of these keepers, and then your damage will go way up, thereby allowing you to kill more keepers, and in an expedited fashion. Super Greed's going. There he goes. He dropped the quarter. Man, that is not what you want to see. I already have the Steam sale, and this is our last shop, I think. One of the things I have to get used to in the Steam version again is that it just says Necropolis, so I have to remember. When is this Necropolis? 1, 2, or XL? This is 2. I believe we had the depths. Harder to keep track. You forget about all the nice little touches Spider Mod ads. And there are a lot of nice little touches Spider Mod ads. But, you know, certainly on this run, as decent as it's been, or is, from a damage perspective, we got some issues when it comes to our survivability. And if I hear anyone saying, well, if you were worried about surviving, you should have gone with Game Kid instead of Blue Candle, don't even give me that horse hockey. Apparently there's a game on Steam Greenlight now called Horse Hockey. I had a bunch of people tweet me about it. It looks like horse hockey. Yeah, you're not wrong about that. It's called horse hockey. And what I'm saying is it's a hockey game with horses. It looks like horse hockey. Ooh, be careful here. So my hope for the... Yep. Okay, just leave. Just get out of there. Thank you. My hope is that we will be able to find a Spirit Heart to make it a little bit more likely that we'll be able to get into that boss trap room without seriously throwing ourselves in harm's way. We could also find a secret room here. Could also find a secret room here. We got plenty of bombs. Could also find a secret room here. There we go. Ooh. You know what? I'll play this until we get down to 30 cents, which is just kind of like a boilerplate. We'll give this a fair shake. And I'll count the money in this as well. This seems to happen a lot on SAMSON runs, and I think the reason it happens is not the game's fault. And by it, I mean... oh, let's take it. Oh, well. Yeah, when I say it, what I mean is not having very much HP. But oftentimes a lot of damage. I think what it is that my go-to, you know, MO for an Isaac run is trade HP for damage. And that kind of, you know, that filters its way into every run that I do in the Binding of Isaac. I always want more deals with the devil. I always want to trade HP for damage. And usually, if you're a Maggie, if you're a Cain, if you're an Isaac, or you get a lot of HP, that works out. Where you run into problems is when you're SAMSON. And, okay, so really, really do not get hit on the way out here. But if you're SAMSON, then you start with such limited HP. All it takes is you to, like, you know what, I'm going to pick up Luck Toe for now. But if you don't get a lot of HP, then that's it. Like, you're going to be on low HP for the run. You can trade it away for damage, but at some point, you know, it's got a different kind of threshold for success on it, I'd say. So I was really hoping that that fortune teller would pay out with at least one spirit heart. It not doing that is very disappointing. But we're doing this so we can actually get into our boss trap room, where hopefully there's some HP. It's a bit of a wild situation, though. This is, I mean, let's be honest, this is not where you want to be at this point in the game. That's HP. Despite this not being where we want to be, we're not that far away from a win. You know, I was talking about, at this point, we're pretty sure we're in the wrong tunnel. We say, oh, I went through exit 17. Oh, you went through, I said exit 19. Why'd you go through the wrong exit? And then you get out and you're in an unfamiliar city and you're like, oh man, our vacation's ruined. It's not. You just have to, you know, you got to get to the right place. Night's always darkest before the dawn. By the way, that expression, pretty much straight up meaningless. I mean, not just meaningless, but wrong. It's actually like, I mean, it's not the darkest, it's not the lightest before the dawn, but it's not the darkest either, is it? You know, it's always the darkest at the darkest point of the freaking night. That's, we already have a full suite of orbitals, so we'll use that and take this with us. It's always darkest before the dawn. No, that's not true. It's always darkest when it's darkest. Before the dawn is like, you know, getting brighter. Unless I've got some kind of fundamental misunderstanding of what dawn is. Alright. Mom with blue candle. It's one of those nice things. Like a mimosa on Christmas morning as an adult. It's working out pretty sweet thus far. Don't let that give you too much false hope. Because that's a situation where, you know, telepills? Full health. It's good to know that it's there. And another pretty fly, and a tears upgrade, so that's pretty sweet. But yeah, it's a situation where that room is disproportionately easy compared to what it would normally be. So, Utero 1, Curse of Darkness. Not a huge deal, kind of annoying. What is my dream for this floor? Well, it's a good question. Super Bandage from our boss room would factor into my dream heavily if I could swing it. Perhaps a secret room, if we could find one, that contains, like raw liver. So I guess HP factors pretty heavily into my dreams, but in addition to the HP, the brown sauce, if you will, I would, ooh, careful. I would, be extremely interested in getting some spirit hearts. Maybe snagging a deal with the devil. I would trade one red heart that we have right now for, 1 second, for Mom's knife in a heartbeat. And I think that would be pretty much objectively the right decision to make from a win the game standpoint. Outside of that, I don't know what we can really do. You know, we're subject to the whims of the game, so I don't want to get too attached to any possible outcome here. But suffice it to say, like, those are the outs that I see. We either need to get exceptionally high damage, or we need to stack up at least a little bit of HP on this floor. Ideally both, but that's pretty unlikely. You know, doubly unlikely, basically. I think it's worth a bomb to get a bomb. Because, it could be a secret tinted rock. It wasn't, but that's okay. This room, in this context, is really annoying because the stakes are so high. If I take damage, pretty much shoots my deal with the devil chances in the foot. Just give me a freaking spirit heart, please. Similarly, this room kind of annoying. Alright, all we gotta do is survive one more room without taking damage. Don't be Conquest. It's double Loki. Double Loki is not so bad, especially with no spike on the level. That's like a golden gift. I don't know if double Loki actually ever spawns spikes, but it definitely didn't here, which is the most pressing thing for me. Ooh, thank you, orbitals. And now just don't lose it. We did it. Okay, and we got the crate, which is decent. The Empress card is nice. The pill is another tears upgrade, so this is pretty good. Don't be Krampus, please. And Guppy's tail is, like, very not good enough. Luckfoot we can't even buy, but would not be good enough anyway at this point. This puts us in a pretty wild situation, a situation where I would probably expect to die on the cathedral. If we make it through the cathedral, anything could happen. but I would be expecting to die on the cathedral. But let's take it one area at a time, right? We got to get through Mom's heart first. We got to get through the womb too before we even get to Mom's heart. This is all okay. All right. I'm very happy that we're able to kill the Diglett so quickly. Diglets? I don't know if it's pluralized like that. I don't know if Diglett is a Latin word or a, you know, a Greek word, maybe stolen from a Germanic language or something. That almost worked. Let's just do this the easy way now that the other enemies are dead. I am weirdly a little hopeful. And I think that's, you know, weird hope is something that typifies my Binding of Isaac play. But it oftentimes actually ends up working out. Not oftentimes. Sometimes. Oh, that was lucky. Come on, where are you at? Okay. I'm getting into the strategic zone here. High Priest is very good as well. I'm not sure what we'll use when. So for anyone wondering why I'm potentially committing suicide with this item, it's so that we can get into our self-sacrifice, or our boss trap room, where I'm hoping to find more HP or more damage. And that's an absolutely gobsmackingly disappointing turn of events there, to find a shot speed upgrade in there. So we'll just be leaving instead. What I am going to do is we'll play the Fortune Teller until we get down to 40, never mind. We'll take our Tears upgrade, which is sweet, and leave, but I would have loved some Spirit Hearts as well. I guess beggars can't be choosers, that's okay. This is a dead end. It's unfortunate. Ah, but we lived there, and we didn't take any damage as well. Which is a nice kind of byproduct of that. Come on. And we got back to full health, which is dumb. I should not have done that. Alrighty. Let's keep moving along. The fact that we're still alive here is a little bit of a testament to the fact that our damage is decent enough to begin with. But we're, you know, on the cusp of either an incredibly successful run or a run that is, I wouldn't even say disappointing, but going to end in a way that we wouldn't necessarily be thrilled with if you had told us in advance. Another self-sacrifice room, which we don't have the luxury of checking that out. It is a luxury. Sometimes it is, you know, it can be a seam that can work out for you, but that's not going to be the case here. With the amount of keys we have, I'm starting to sort of wish that we'd taken Guppy's tail, but at the same time, I have a hard time believing that with the fairly limited time left in the game, Guppy's tail would have ended up paying for itself. It's kind of an unnecessary risk. Alright. 11 bombs. Should be more than enough combined with Blue Candle. Not to mention we're going to get some pretty sweet rage build up. Not here. This is the slow part. And done. Yeah. My Isaac Fu with the health bars has never been stronger. Rebirth's going to throw it way off. It's like you skipped a grade and you're going back, you know, on the first day of school, but you've never been to that grade before. You meet all new people. You don't know what it's like. You've got a vague kind of notion, but... Vague kind of notion, sorry. Alright, down to the cathedral, well, up to the cathedral. Haven't been on the cathedral in a video or two here. Very scared. Yep, that's, I mean, this is going to be the hardest floor. It's possible that, I mean, the chest is on paper harder if you don't get better items. But there's also the chance to get better items, which I wouldn't say it nullifies those concerns, but... You know, it gives you outs. We don't have outs here. We have golden chests, maybe. But for the most part, we're just going to be kind of, you know, flying by the seat of our pants trying to make this work. What's the most important thing on this floor? Don't take damage. Every piece of damage I take is a disaster. The fact that there's so many red hearts is great, because what I'm actually hoping is that I'll be able to hurt myself to make it happen if necessary, or I'll just be able to... you know, pick up enough health to take us to a half-heart interval, which gives us 1 permanent Polaroid invincibility against the boss, which, with Poison Touch, maybe is enough to tilt the scales in our favor just enough to be, worthwhile, you know? I can't say for certain if that would be the case. Now, the thing is, on a run like this, we're pretty much like one hit away from disaster at any given time. Like, if I got hit once more, there's a chance I could die on this room. So I'm going to go and pick up that half heart back here. We can go from, like, relatively safe, or at least as safe as we can possibly be, to pretty much full-on, you know, Camus levels of despair very quickly. Like, if that blue candle had popped one of the green bombs, for example, that... Yeah, there we go. Like I was just demonstrating to you there for the purposes of demonstration. Gotta be careful with this blue candle when you're going up against Super Sloth, but hey, we're going up against Super Sloth. I did choose to take the High Priestess card. I didn't use the Empress card against Mom, even though... Mom's Heart, I should say. Even though we could have. Largely because... Like, this sounds dismissive, but we don't need it. At all. Alright, so once we get you into... Ooh, that knockback was a little scary there. Once we get you into permanent walking around state, that's good for me. And it's happening now. Okay, we could just leave, but there could also be a drop here. And if there's a drop here, I want to pick it up because, good lord, we could use it. Half a heart. Well, that's good because we can take a half heart here and a half heart here. That makes up a half heart interval. And as high of a half heart interval as we can go. Yeah, fear this. Fear this. Why Blue Candle is not hitting as much as I would like is a mystery for the ages of the immortal. Okay, another half heart could come in handy at some point. We do have poison bombs now. That's actually, I kind of was just like, oh, poison bombs, whatever. No, but that's a huge upgrade for us when it comes to the boss fight. Now we can effectively use bombs. They'll do DOT, which is bad for, you know, not making Isaac/Blue Baby shoot at us, but it's worth it for the most part, I think. Just in terms of, like, the raw output of damage from those bombs. Alright, easy room, easy life. Be a little afraid, but not grossly afraid. Could have easily taken damage there. This is, it's one of those runs that's exhausting, but it's exhausting in a good way, because you're not sunk, you know? You're not quite there. That is indeed money. Money equals power. Huge upgrade for us if we could get it. Where are we gonna get it? That's a damn good question. I don't really have a good answer for that. Curse room. I would love to. I would love to. I don't know if we'll be able to. We'll wait until the health situation on the floor kind of resolves itself, which is going to be like before we fight Isaac. And we'll see if we can get in there. Well, it would cost us 2 spirit hearts. That's the rub there, isn't it? Oh, okay. Well, that's not good. Could easily take 2 hits right here. Could easily, potentially take 3 hits right here. Yeah, there we go. So we'll pick up all of our hearts, and I don't think we'll be going to the curse room as much as I'm pained to say it. I don't think that's going to be on our to-do list right now. Hopefully we can get back to 2.5. We got to make sure we got the right permutation. I know we've got 1 half heart, or 2 half hearts down there, so as long as we got this handled properly, yeah, this is fine then. Yeah, perfect. Okie dokie. So really, this is a very simple boss fight. If we live, we go on. If we die, we're done. I mean, that's the way it is in almost all of them, but this one, you know, there's no finicky stuff to work with, except poison bombs and blue candle. We just shoot and dodge, and if we can shoot and dodge effectively, we win. Well, we win this fight anyway. So there's High Priestess. A nice help. Like 10% of his HP gone. That's a significant amount in my eyes. Now we do have, ooh, not Small Rock. We do have a full suite of orbitals. That's important. Rage is meaningless for us here. Despite it all, we're still just an imprisoned rat. Thank God for Blue Candle right there. Next hit will be Polaroid Invincibility, and I'm starting to believe that we're making it out of this. Very important on permanent Polaroid Invincibility. Get in there, deal the poison touch damage. Isaac's got to go. And we did pick up that full heart, which gives me an out, and we're gonna live. Okay. We're very powerful. We proved that there. Now we gotta make it really, really work for us. Okay. Not so great. Strength card is nice. This is useful. Ghost Baby is not an active item, and everything else is pretty god-awful. So it's a bad haul. Yes, be very careful here, please. It's a very not good haul for us. I'll just call it like I see it. We could potentially die on the next room. That heart helps out a lot. So again, this comes down to pretty much just survival. I think, weirdly enough, we may even have a better chance against Blue Baby than we did against Isaac. But we've got to go into the fight with full HP. Well, half-heart interval, ideally. If we didn't have that half-heart interval, we... Oh my god. We could have been screwed on that last one. We could die here. Would not surprise me, actually. Troll bombs. Alright, I committed and it worked. That felt good. These guys, he's going to be slow. But we've got some wicked knockback happening, which is scaring the crap out of me. Ooh, that was almost a baby triple right there. Careful. Two half hearts. I'm really glad I picked up Little Chat. If I didn't, it's not an exaggeration to say we'd probably be dead right now. And there's our boss fight. All right. With the strength card, I think we have to go for it straight away. I know we have poison bombs. I could conceivably use them here. Should conceivably use them. Kind of want to just pop the strength card because this remaining time on this boss fight scares the shit out of me. Ooh, don't lose it. Hold tight. Hey, there we go. We gotta try for it. Like, we're probably gonna die in the next room if we don't at least try. So, our strength card, there we go. Gives us one extra hit and, you know, the extra damage that coincides with it. I'm not as optimistic as I was like a minute and a half ago when I said that we probably have a better chance against Blue Baby than we did against Isaac. I did add the all-important caveat, you know, we had to be at full health to make that work. To make that true. But hey, we're cooking with straight-up kerosene right now. It's going okay. A little bit surprised. Don't get fancy with it. I'm talking to myself right now. We don't need to get fancy here. You know, nothing, we got all sorts of poison bombs and stuff like that, but nothing beats good old-fashioned down-home damage with the blue candle shots to help block the, ink. Oh my god, we did it. Holy crap. We just beat Blue Baby without getting hit. That's a surprise. Oh, whoa, okay. We did it, Reddit. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.